Hey everyone, Dark Magician of Team Sorcerers here, and welcome back to What If Wednesday, also starring Terry the Turtle. And this one is actually a suggestion by Joseph Barfield 6930, and this one is about Hypno-Disc, my favourite robot of all time from Robot Wars, and one of the most destructive robots ever. Yeah, I wish it returned for what's it called? The newer series that came out. It would have been nice to see it win something other than the most original entry award. It's just so unlucky that Hypno-Disc never won a competition of some kind. But anyway, as you can tell by the title, it is What If Hypno-Disc fought against Razer and Chaos 2 in the Extreme 2 All-Stars instead of Dominator 2 and Spawn again? Yeah, I don't know why I never thought of this myself, actually, because that would have made a lot more sense. The top three robots of the Fourth Wars, the two-time UK champion, the two-time world champion, the winner of Series 5, plus the runner-up of Series 3, and the fourth placer in Series 4 and 5. Yeah, that would have been great to see, especially since Hypno-Disc and Razer never fought each other. I think it's the main fight that everyone would have really wanted to see. But I doubt we'll ever get that chance to see it. Oh well. So yeah, let's see what would happen. Would anything change drastically? Would Razer still win the All-Stars, or would Hypno-Disc win it? Let's see. Well, going into this fight, I think it would go a very similar way as if 13 Black was in the fight. I think they'd all try and go for whoever was in front of them. I know Hypno-Disc would try and keep the disc away from Razer's claw, but I feel like there would be a point where Razer would grab Hypno-Disc at one point, and Chaos 2 would then try and flip the combined weight of them, which I feel like could happen at least twice, but doesn't quite work out. I mean, I don't know if Chaos 2 would be able to get to Hypno-Disc and flip it over. Well, even if it did, it wouldn't matter too much, because Hypno-Disc can just get back up, and be ready to fight again, unlike the final of Series 3. And I feel like Hypno-Disc would keep hitting Chaos 2 on the side, and would end up jamming up a wheel on one side, just like how it played out as if 13 Black was in this fight. Either that or Chaos 2 would end up doing too many flips and flip itself over and run out of gas too quickly. And yeah, with Chaos 2 knocked out, Hypno-Disc and Razer would go through. I don't know. Again, this is all my best guess as to what would happen. Nothing against Chaos 2, of course. Meanwhile, in the other fight, that would go a similar way too, as if it was Hypno-Disc still Dominator 2 and Spawn again. I mean, I mean, 13 Black would definitely get some hits in on Dominator 2 and Spawn Again for sure, but Spawn Again would keep flipping it over quite a lot, and even eventually end up getting 13 Black on its back, and obviously can't self-right. I mean, it can use its discs to move around like very slowly, just like when it fought against Danton here, but yeah, there's just no way back. I mean, because of Spawn Again, just by itself, 13 Black has no chance. Like, Dominator 2 and Spawn Again still go through. Now, to keep as close to the real timeline as possible, I feel like Razer would still fight Spawn Again and beat it, while Hypno-Disc and Dominator 2 fight each other and have a rematch. Of course, everyone's hoping it will be more entertaining than their Series 5 fight. Because for those who don't know what happened or don't remember what happened, Hypno-Disc hit Dominator 2 like 2, 3 or 4 times, and then Dominator 2 was immobilised on one side, and Hypno-Disc just left it there. And the crowd didn't like it, and the judges said it was the most boring fight ever. But, you know, I mean, yeah, the rest of it was boring, but I can understand why the Rose Boys backed off, you know, and not just because of the fact that they didn't want to risk further damage and that they really wanted to be in the final, but they didn't want to risk a repeat of what happened when it fought Pussycat and Shunt Sax went through the disc. Although I feel like Dominator 2's axe probably isn't as strong as Shunt's though. I think it, if I remember correctly from that fight, it did hit the disc, but sparks just flew and like it didn't do anything. Then again, it could be put down to the fact that the disc was moving too quickly and it was just a glancing blow. But anyway, back to this fight in the alternate timeline. It does go a similar way to their first fight, but this time Dominator 2 is harder to damage because at the time of Series 6, its titanium was made from the same grade of titanium that's used on nuclear submarines. Mind you, there is still a chance Hypno-Disc could still damage it, because I think in the 13 Black fight, the 13 Black and Matilda did damage Dominator 2, but even though it wasn't that much, but I feel like the same thing could happen here. Yeah, it's still a bit of a struggle for Dominator 2 all the same. I think just based off control and aggression alone, it would result in Hypno-Disc winning on a judge's decision again, which would mean that Hypno-Disc and Razer meet in the Heat final, the clash that everyone wants to see. Although, I feel like, you know, based on something that was posted, which I did mention in a previous episode, Razer would more likely win, because it was said if the two fought each other, if it was the Series 3 and 6 setting, Razer would win. If it was the Series 4 setting, Hypno-Disc would win. And in Series 5, it depends on who got to whom first. And I do agree with this, actually. Although, in the Series 5 setting, the best guess would be Hypno-Disc. But yeah, I'm not sure Hypno-Disc would be able to damage Razer enough here, and Razer would be able to pierce through Hypno-Disc's armour, definitely, and hold it up in the claw. Yeah, because unfortunately, as great as Hypno-Disc is, in Series 6, the Series 6 version of Hypno-Disc just didn't seem as strong as the Series 5 form, and because of this, Razer would just win with not too many problems, and just pluck it up and dump it in the pit. And then of course the All Stars final plays out the same way. But although, for the sake of argument, like, even if Hypno-Disc did win, I don't think it would have beaten Firestorm 4, because Firestorm 4 is an absolute beast of a machine, with tougher aluminium armour, and it's just the most aggressive Firestorm machine by far, and naturally the best performing ones, considering it won the Commonwealth Carnage later on. So yeah, depending on results, Razer would still win, or Firestorm 4 would. But let's say, for the sake of argument, like, Chaos 2 did get through instead of Hypno-Disc instead. I mean, that Chaos 2 would fight Dominator 2 instead, and I feel that would go the same way as the Steel Avenger fight, with Dominator 2 being flung all over the place, and even being sent flying out the arena. And then Chaos 2 would face off against Razer, and probably end up struggling again, and have the back of it pierced, and maybe have the gas canister pierced. I mean, usually whenever the two of them fight, Razer wins. I say usually because there was this one event that happened off air, happened in 2000, where Chaos 2 was able to beat Razer in the final. Not sure what happened there exactly. Either Razer broke down again, or Chaos 2 just got lucky. But then again, even if Chaos 2 did win that, it's doubtful it would have beaten Firestorm 4, because usually, like during the time of Series 5 and 6, and Extreme 1 and 2, whenever Chaos 2 would enter some sort of flipper frenzy thing, it would end up on its back and run out of gas. Not against Really Big Cheese in the first All-Stars tournament though, that's the only exception, but I feel like it would run into the same problem it had against Bigger Brother and Danton Kier, where it would end up on its back, it's out of gas, can't self-right, Firestorm wins. So yeah, basically, this is what would happen if Hypno-Disc fought Chaos 2 and Razer instead of Dominator 2 and Spawn again. So, depending on results and possible other matchups, either Razer would still win the whole thing and keep the title, or Firestorm 4 would. And yeah, that concludes it. Thanks for watching.